No, I was just going to also mention the 1980s
God
rom-com
damn it.
movie Can't Buy Me Love featuring
I haven't
Patrick
seen any of
Dempsey.
these.
Young Patrick
Can't buy
Dempsey.
me love. That's a good one.
That's
and
a
he's
good
on the mower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's poor. It's really a take on classism more than anything.
It is.
But in the terms of high school. Anyways, it's fine.
Thank you for calling the Heartbreak Hotel. How may I assist you today?
Hi, I think I'm ready to check in.
Perfect. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Heartbreak Hotel. My name is Caitlin Erin O'Neill, and today I have Taylor and Mitchell with me. Say hi, Taylor and Mitchell.
Hello.
Taylor is an actress. She's a director. She's an expert hula hooper. She also is an expert rollerblader, avid One Direction fan, and she can do a phenomenal British accent. Let's hear it, Taylor.
Give us one.
Oh my God. On the spot.
On the spot.
Let's hear it.
Caitlin, I'm so happy to be here.
That's really good. I like that a
Oh,
lot.
thank you so much.
Yeah, that's good. You could be in Harry Potter.
Oh. Avada Kedavra.
10 out of 10.
Absolutely
10 out of 10.
perfect. Moving on to Mitchell. He produces our podcast. The man you hear in the back all the time saying things, that's Mitchell.
Yay.
Hello.
He also likes chicken strips.
Well, I do. That's actually, I feel like I'm maybe a bit of an expert
Yeah.
on the chicken strip situation.
Yeah. If you ever have any questions about chicken strips, just DM Mitchell. He's got you.
That's actually, I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I will answer them. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions. You can ask Parker.
Yeah. I mean, like any editing, filming needs for sure, but chicken strips, that's your man.
I got
That
it.
is
A
your man.
double fry
Oh,
is
yes.
the best.
Yeah.
Double fry. Listen, don't get
What are
me
we
started,
talking about, a
'cause we
double
can-
fry?
You gotta fry the chicken once, and
Yeah.
then take it out.
fry the chicken
crank
twice.
up the oil heat.
What?
Put them back in.
Sorry, let me just talk to you about the process. Real quick, 'cause she's not really giving you all the
I
details
had never
you
even
need.
heard
So what
of-
you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to batter the chicken. You'll do a double batter, right? So you're gonna go.
Like, what are we putting on this chicken?
Well,
Like a
so-
breadcrumb
so a lot
coat?
of times,
Like
so what
flour?
I'll
Yeah.
like do like some sort of like marinade with like some seasonings and some hot sauce, maybe a little bit of pickle juice. Occasionally helps like
That sounds really big.
moisture. If you want to do like a buttermilk situation, it helps
Oh.
keep moisture in the chicken when you fry it, because you're cooking something at such a high temperature, but you want it to stay moist. So then you take it out of the marinade and you go into the dry batter and then back into the wet batter and then into the dry batter again, and then you're gonna fry it once at 325
Right.
for like 4 minutes.
And what
Well,
oil?
not even like probably like 3 minutes.
And what oil do you suggest is the best to fry?
I think peanut oil is the best.
But for those who have peanut allergies,
But for those who have peanut allergies, I don't know. I think canola oil is fine. Honestly, like vegetable, any type of oil, really. Like it's not. The differences are like relatively marginal, unless it's peanut oil. Peanut oil is the best. But you fry it once, 3 minutes, and then you crank the oil temperature up to 375, and you do it for another like 2.5 minutes. I swear to God, do that, and you will come out with the best like fried chicken strip in your life.
it's really fucking good.
Damn,
when
you
he
know.
does it.
Yeah, that was an enthusiastic nod.
I am very well taken care of in the chicken
In
department.
the chicken department.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of, well taken care enough that she said yes. They're engaged.
It was the chicken. It was the
It
chicken.
was the chicken.
It was the chicken. No, look at that. Show that out. Look at that.
Zoom in.
Future Mitchell.
I'll cut in. Yep.
Future
just
Mitchell.
La, la, la.
cut in right there. Yep. There we go. Yep.
Yay! This is a super special episode because you guys just got engaged on Friday.
Yes.
Yay! Ah, can you tell us the story? Wait, I'm so excited about this.
Do you want, which perspective do you want first? Because there's kind of,
I love the
There's,
way
like,
I
her
heard it
perspective.
from like Taylor's perspective, and then Mitchell jumps in with the with the note.
all right, you start.
Right?
You start.
And then we can go back and we can get the story from
We'll
your
get the
side.
inverse.
Yeah.
It's a choose your own adventure.
Where should I start?
I don't know. What was the moment you realized you were getting proposed to?
When my friends told me we were going to Malibu to watch turtles hatch out of eggs.
Mhm.
I'm talking
This
to
is
y'all.
not what I told them to come up with, by the way.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
That's-
Was not supposed to be the actual
So why
lie
did they
that
say
told
that?
me.
We had been planning this thing for a while, and the whole beach situation had been in the plans for a minute. And the only thing, being a good boyfriend that I was at the time, I was like, oh, well, if she's going to get proposed to, she's going to want to look nice. I'm going to have a photographer there. So, like, she's going to want to look nice for pictures. And, like, she's not going to want to be... Because I know, like, the beach, like, if it was her option, it was cold that day, she would have showed up in, like, comfy clothes.
As one does.
Right,
Yeah,
as
me
one
too.
does.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, how do we get her to the beach? And this was a question that I posed to her girlfriends. I was like, how do we get her to the beach in like a dress and with her makeup done and like looking nice? And what we had come up with, what we had all agreed and come up with was that our friend Nosley had a brand deal and she needed to do photos with like some of her girlfriends as part of that brand deal and as part of like her deliverables for the brand deal.
Yeah, I thought that was a great cover story. So what happened?
That's what I'm saying.
What happened?
I would have totally believed
Neither
her.
of you know what happened? Like,
I
they
would have
just
been like,
went off
thank you
book
for
there?
adding me to the brand deal. That
Yeah.
would have been fucking sick.
It would have
Yeah.
been so much more believable, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know at what point they like psyched themselves out, but it turned into like, I don't know what it was of like, they thought that that would be too obvious or that it needed to be more inconspicuous. But eventually that turned into them deciding amongst themselves that they were gonna pose it as they were gonna go to the beach and watch turtle eggs hatch.
Right. And is it turtle season?
No.
No, which you would think
is
just like
not.
based on a quick Google, you could easily figure that out.
My friend Peyton said, I saw it on TikTok. And I was like, send me the video.
Oh, no.
No video to send.
No
video
video to
sent.
send because it's not turtle season because that's not how that works.
And that's the first thing I looked up was
Yeah.
like, oh, when is turtle hatching season?
Did you say anything or were you like,
Yes.
okay. And they were like, we're going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
She comes into my office and she goes, next Friday, I'm going to the beach to watch turtles hatch with Monica, Nosley, and Peyton. And I looked at her and I went,
Because you hadn't heard anything about this turtle.
cool.
And then he asked, can I go? And I was like,
cool.
no, you can't go. This is
Okay.
a girl's thing.
Yeah. Okay. So your friends ask you, turtle hatching. When you told Mitchell, were you suspicious? Like, did you know it was going? Is that why you brought it up? And you're like, next Friday, this is going on.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
suspicious.
Okay.
That was, I think, my inner self being like, girl, prepare. I
Yeah.
think it's going to happen.
Okay.
So I booked my nail appointment for that morning.
She's smart.
I got a dress.
Yeah.
I made sure I was looking good for
Yeah.
the
Keep going,
turtles.
Just keep going. I'm just fixing this. Keep going.
And it's like 2 p.m. I'm waiting for my girlfriends to come and pick me up, and I'm freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh my God, what if this isn't actually happening and I just look fucking stupid?
Yeah. Are your girlfriends dressed up as well?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
which is good.
Yeah.
But when they came to get me, I thought they were all going to come inside
Mm-hmm.
for a moment. So I walked out in my robe,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all like, we gotta go. You're making us late. We gotta go. Put your shit on. We got in the car, and it was raining.
Oh,
Did it rain down here, like in Hollywood at all?
I have
on
no
Friday?
idea. I was inside all day. No, probably in my bed.
Well,
I
it
don't
was
know.
weird to me that it was actually raining.
Yeah.
And it rained like halfway to Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful though. I was like, oh, this is good, like energy. We were listening to music, mostly Pitbull. 'Cause
Okay.
My friend
Yeah.
Monica's a huge Pitbull fan. And I think that just kept like the vibes going.
Yeah.
But nobody was really talking or looking at me very much.
Yeah.
So then I got nervous.
Okay.
We get to the beach. We park. It's at Point Doom. We had been there before.
Mhm.
He had taken me there on Valentine's Day a few years ago to do a whole like wine tour of Malibu vineyards, and we ended at Point Doom. So it was
That's so
really cute and
nice.
special to have it there anyways.
Yay.
And then I see my car there.
Yeah,
And I
there,
was
there were a
like-
few bits of the process where I kind of had just accepted that between like getting from point A to point B, she was going to figure out, like the second she gets out of her car and she sees that her car that I took to my shoot is there.
Oh, yeah. He said he had a shoot on the beach the same day.
Yeah.
And left like 2 hours before me.
I had to go set up.
Of course, yeah. You were there.
Yeah. I know that now.
Well, but okay, in my defense, that's going to sound dumb to anybody on the internet that I said it was at the beach. But in my defense, my thought process was, okay, she has my location. I have her location.
Didn't you turn your location off though?
But I did. But like she noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so it's like I couldn't, when I told you that I had a shoot at the beach, my initial thought process was to not turn my location off and just be like, oh, I have a shoot at the beach the same day. And that way, if you were to ever look at my location at any time, you would see that I was at the beach. Eventually, I decided on turning my location off as soon as I left our house, essentially maybe banking on the idea that like she would just think like, oh, maybe he doesn't have service or like it got cut off or whatever. But
nah, I'm too smart for that.
You're too smart for that. You're too smart for that. So, but I kind of just chalked it up to like, it doesn't matter at that point. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, okay, like
she'd already gotten her
she's
nails
gonna
done.
know.
Like she knew.
Like, and her, one of her friends, Maddie, who flew in from the UK to like be here for it, was like
crazy.
Was like kind of reassuring me a little bit of like, hey, like it's actually a good thing that maybe she has some sort of idea. That way she can like be maybe a little bit more prepared mentally and emotionally for it. And like, you know, so like I think it all at the end of the day ended up going how it needed to go with everything. And there were still surprises sprinkled in and stuff like that. Like our friend Parker and our other friend Matt flew in from Nebraska.
Hey, Parker.
And
Hi, Parker.
Parker's helping with the podcast.
Shout out to Parker.
But they flew in, and then, like I said, her friend Maddie from the UK flew in, and her other friend Kat from Houston flew in.
It was really nice.
Everyone except for Maddie had to fly home, but everyone except for Maddie like stayed for the game the next day. We went to the Husker game at USC the next day, and so there were still surprises and stuff like that sprinkled in throughout the weekend. That was nice, but yeah, I think the proposal itself, she probably had some inkling.
Yay!
That it was coming.
It was a beautiful setup. He had 50 yellow roses in the sand.
I'll put a little picture. Future me, put a picture of the setup because I'm actually really proud of it.
A blanket, some pillows, some champagne that we popped with everybody after. I said yes.
Yay!
It was great.
And then we had we had a little dinner reservation afterwards at the Sunset, just like
Great
right up the
food.
street.
Yeah.
Pretty good food.
I barely ate, but it was good.
And then, yeah,
Good
and then we
vibes.
did like I went off with the guys for a little bit and hung out because we had to go get Matt. Well, we didn't get Matt from the airport, but we met up with Matt. They wanted to go have like little girly pop time. And then we all met up again later at 4100
What is that?
in Silver Lake. Oh, you would actually love
It's
it.
fun.
Yeah. Good times in there.
You should
What is
come
it, like a
outdoor
bar?
bar.
You should come next time we go to
Oh.
4100. I'll text you. You should come
Yeah,
with
I'll be
us.
there. I would love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
We can play pool.
We can
Oh,
play
it's like one of
pool.
those places?
Yes.
I would love that. Yes.
It's like
Okay, let's
classic,
go.
like it's like
Yeah.
Silver Lake. If the essence and vibe of Silver Lake, if you were to put it into a bar, it's 4100.
Damn, you're making Silver Lake sound so cool right now. I've never been there, but I'm excited.
Really?
I don't know. I don't have a car. No car.
You should get a car.
I don't need one because Sydney takes me places when I need to go places. Shout out Dylan. Dylan drives me around. He took me to the
Shout out
gym the
Dylan.
other day.
Shout out Dylan.
Yeah, shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan.
Yeah. Let's go back to the proposal
Okay.
from like planning Mitchell's perspective.
So plans really began. Well, okay, I'll take it back to the earlier this summer. We went to a friend's birthday party. And at that birthday party, it was like a whole little like pickleball thing. Like people were playing pickleball and like eating sandwiches and stuff and like
Yeah.
having a good time.
Yeah.
And we show up to our friend's birthday party and we're playing pickleball and we were about to play against this couple that like were adjacent friends of his. Like we had never met them.
Yeah.
And we introduced ourselves and like we were just like hitting the ball back and forth. And they were like, they were like, how long have you guys been married? to us. And I was like, I like mishit the ball. I was like, oh, well, we're not married. And they're like, oh, are you guys engaged? And we were like, dude, I'm getting daggers. Like
From Taylor's side?
I can't even look at her. And we're like, oh, no, we're not engaged. And we're like, what about you guys? And they're like, oh, we've been married 2 years. And they were like, well, how long they asked us, they were like, oh, how long have you been together? And we were like, oh, 6 years. And they were like, oh, that's longer than we've known each other. And I was like,
Yeah,
yikes.
that was the moment for you, huh?
And I kind of use that as a joke, but also in a relatively serious sense. That was the moment where I was like, it has to be this year.
Yeah.
Like,
I told you earlier this year that if we get to 7 years of dating and he hasn't proposed to me, I would break up with him.
That's so crazy.
No, it's so not crazy.
No, like it's
that
crazy.
crazy,
Not like
actually.
in a crazy way, but like in a fact that you pulled that off. Like,
Yeah.
you made that happen.
You really manifested that shit. So
Yeah.
anyways, planning really began like tentatively thinking about what it would look like in like July. And then I made a...
Did you know that you were going to propose to me when we were in Big Bear for 4th of July?
I didn't know like when or what it would look like.
But you had thought about
I
it?
had like started thinking about it. And then like when
Nice.
Kat and Sam were here at the end of July, I talked to them right before they left, and I was like, hey, plan on being here in like November. Like it's probably going to happen then. And then plans really began in August, like very seriously. I made a group chat in August with like all of her girlfriends and like some of our other friends, like Mitchell and like stuff like that. And just started kind of planning it out. Our plans kind of like bounced around. Like now that it's out, I can tell you my initial like very first thought, and I actually did explore this and try to figure it out, but my first initial thought was to propose to you at midfield of halftime of the football game.
That would have been awesome!
And I actually did try to set it up, but I couldn't get in contact with anybody to like facilitate
we did
it.
lose. The Huskers
Yeah.
lost, so
Oh.
it probably wouldn't
Yeah,
have
probably
been.
Like I
best.
reached out to like all my Nebraska connects. Like I reached out to some people at the USC like not admissions office, but like their fan services, and I just never heard anything back. Which I mean, kind of
that
makes
would have been so
it kind of makes sense because like it's like, are they really gonna let like two fans of the opposing
Oh, the
like
opposing
team like do
Yeah.
the whole proposal thing? So that idea got shot down relatively quickly, and then that kind of transitioned into like, okay, well, what could be a situation where I could at least set up something really nice and that looks really nice. And so my thought process was like, okay, well, like I think the beach would be cool, and I think if we did it in the right spot, it could still be like relatively private and like relatively like pretty, and obviously beach sunsets are great, and like it would be a really good opportunity for pictures and like kind of thinking about these things.
It was beautiful.
And then thank you. And then so hold on.
Oh.
So we had this whole thing locked in. We were like, beach, we're doing it for sure, all good. And then you were snooping on Find My one day, and you saw that Monica and Nosley were at the beach. And do you remember what you texted them?
I said not there.
You said not there. And the alarm bells that went off in the group chat when you said that, I want you to fully understand what kind of like the minor catastrophe you caused at that moment. Monica calls me. She's like, we got a problem. We got a situation. She tells me the whole thing. She's like, Taylor doesn't want it at the beach. I was like, what the? This is like.
Is that what
this
you
like
were
a month
referring
out.
to when you
No,
said
I
not
meant
there?
that location specifically.
Yeah.
Because I looked it up on Google and it wasn't very pretty.
Okay. So you.
She causes this like huge catastrophe. She's like, nah, this is like a month out.
Because I will say Monica dropped the ball and said, oh, what am I doing tomorrow? I'm going to go scout a location. And I was like, oh, for what? And she just looked at me and started laughing. And she's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like,
I didn't
Monica.
know that happened.
I told you.
I didn't realize that she said the word location. Anyways, it's fine. Point being,
Not my
She
fault.
still said yes.
my
point being,
fault.
the plan then switched to like, oh, what if we did like some Catalina Island shit? But like we were like, it would have been way too confusing. Like we were looking at, I spent like 30 minutes with Monica and Nosley on the phone, like looking at ferry times and like the timing of everything like didn't make sense. And so it was like, okay, I think I said something along the lines of like, okay, well, we just have to like find a pretty location at the beach, and she's just gonna like it because she's getting engaged to, or like she's getting engaged, she's getting proposed to. You know what I mean? And we ended up finding a really pretty spot in Malibu. It was pretty private. Like there were it's a public beach, but there were a few people there. We had no issues with like, hey, there was one guy where Maddie had to be like, hey, can you leave? Because we're about to have a photo here in like 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, the planning of it pretty much went how I expected it to go, and the roses and everything. Like the setup of everything was really nice, and I had her 2 friends with me helping like me set up everything up at the beach, and yeah, it was really pretty. And there was a photographer there, and we got some photos back today that were really pretty. So yeah.
Yay. We'll insert some pics. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Were you nervous?
I was, yeah, pretty nervous.
Yeah.
I really didn't hit me until like the night before.
Okay.
And I was almost,
Yeah, you weren't talking to me at all.
I was almost, dude, I had to like keep myself like occupied. I like played video games like the whole night the night before because I was just like, I can't look at you. I can't look at you. I can't like, I was like, I'm going to blow it or something. Like I'm going to slip. Or,
So you were just nervous about like giving it away.
I was just nervous about like the whole, like when you spend that much time like planning something, you just want it to go really good. And
Yeah.
I think that's what I was nervous about. It's just like, what if I just blow it? And then all this planning has gone to nothing. But the day of, I felt mostly just, it was like the itinerary was so like planned out like to the minute
Yeah.
that it was just like, okay, I do this and then I do this and then this and then this and this. And then by the time all those other things happen, it'll be, I'm standing there and she's here in 2 minutes. And I didn't really have a lot of time to like think about everything outside of that. So that was like,
That's nice
kinda
when you're so
where it's
busy
like I was
that you
busy
don't.
doing
Yeah.
the thing that I didn't have time to like think about being nervous about the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walked up to me and I had like a few things in my head that I was like gonna say.
Yeah.
And I think I got like the first line out and then I was like, I forgot everything else I was gonna say. Will you marry me? And she said yes, despite that. So
But I did make him go into more detail when we went to the bars afterwards.
I
Of
did.
course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we took some photos and we popped some champagne on the beach and all of our friends were there.
I was so hungry. And so I got drunk off the champagne really quick.
Oh, I see. That's a great time. I feel like that's the
Yeah.
ideal situation.
It was nice. I thought we were going to look at some fucking sea turtles hatch and then go to this Italian restaurant.
Did you genuinely think that? Like you believed you were about
I
to see some
wanted
sea
to
turtles?
Turtling
believe.
is so dumb.
I wanted to believe, but I was also like, we're going to go watch sea turtles hatch and then he's going to be there and it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Sorry.
Anyways, it doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. But I do though want to say, because I don't want them to watch this and then flame me. The girls were a massive help. Like all her friends were a big help and like helping set everything up and like helping plan everything. So
Yeah.
girls, if you're watching this, thank you for everything that you did. Truly and genuinely. The turtles thing was a miss though. That was a miss.
It was.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's all right.
Shout out to the girls. Come on the podcast next time.
Yes.
Hey, girls.
Dude,
See you
actually,
soon.
just Taylor and you and Monica and Nosley and Peyton would make an insane podcast.
I think it would be so. We'll get like a California king and we'll just have a whole
That
stack of
would
women
be
in bed. Like, that would be perfect.
We're like
Okay.
sharing microphones because we don't
Yeah.
have microphones.
Oh, that would be good.
That
They're
would be
funny.
insane.
They're a good time. They're all single and they have great like relationship
stories.
situationship
Oh, yeah?
stories. Mhm.
Oh, amazing. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Yay. We'll have them on. So, yeah, speaking of relationships, how do I find a husband? Oh, do I have to learn how to make chicken strips? Like, what's the...
I don't make them.
You don't make them?
I just eat them.
I see. Beautiful. Get
Well-
better at eating chicken strips.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, let me ask you,
Yeah, okay.
what do you
Do you approach men when you're out, or do you let them come to you?
I let them come to me. I'm not going
don't
up to men.
chase.
No, we
No.
attract. We do attract in this household.
Eye contact is very important, though.
Yes,
like
it is.
making the eyes at people
Yeah.
when you,
I do that.
or like sending out your energy to them.
Yeah.
For them to
Is that what you
receive
did?
it. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened. You came up to me and you were like, "Do you want to hang out at the party later?"
Oh well, yeah, I made the first move.
When we met in
Right.
college, there was a moment where I was standing in line scooping mashed potatoes onto my plate at a
But you had
buffet.
already known each other.
We
Just-
knew.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, we had met, and then she was like, "Hey, Mitchell." I was like, "Hey," scooping my food. She's
yeah,
like-
not even looking at me, not paying attention.
She was like,
Yeah.
"Are you going to the party later?" This is like we had a banquet for our college was really small,
Yeah.
or like our major within our big university was really small, so it was only like a couple hundred people, and so we'd have a banquet every year.
Mhm.
And at this banquet, she's like, "Hey, are you going to the party later?" Because that was always an after party, right? And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to the party later." And she goes, "We should hang out at the party later." And I was like, "Okay, yes, we should hang out at the party later. That's a good idea." And it was.
It
and
was
now
a
we're
good idea.
engaged.
And now we're engaged. It's crazy.
So you do what I do, and you like saw him, and you were like, "That's gonna be my husband. Like, we're gonna hang out at this party." You know?
I did say, like, while I was getting ready for this banquet, I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna make out with Mitchell tonight.
Okay.
And I did.
She manifested it.
Yeah, she did. There was no, "I'm gonna marry Mitchell."
Eventually, yeah, down the line. I feel like I knew that I wanted to be with him, like, very seriously, pretty quickly into the relationship. I think probably after, like, 3 years of being together, I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, this is definitely it.
3?
I mean, not like it took that long, but
3
like,
years?
no, but like, can you? Obviously, very shortly after, which maybe is toxic. I don't know. It worked out, but like very shortly after we started dating, like I said that I loved him, and then I kind of knew that I wanted to be with him.
Mm-hmm. How long did it take you guys to start dating? Before
5 days?
5 days?
5 days.
Was it 5? Maybe it was a week. Maybe it was a full week.
I don't think so.
I think it was 5
I
days.
don't think
I think it was 5 days. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
5 days.
And then I went home for
But
the
it worked
summer.
out.
And we were
Yeah.
separated like long distance for like 3 months,
How long were you together before that?
a week.
Oh, you had been dating for a week, and then you left for 3
we
months.
had been
No,
dating
we've
for
been
like
dating for like
2
For
days.
like no, for
What,
well,
a day, 2 days.
no, it was like, wasn't it like 4 hours?
no.
Well, no, because wasn't it the whole thing was like we started dating and then we got breakfast with my mom and then you left? Wasn't that all one day?
No,
Oh, well, it was I don't know. Maybe it was a short amount of
it
time.
was
for
like
sure.
48 hours.
Yeah.
So you're together 2 days, and then you leave for 3 months, and that whole time was fine. You were just
Yeah.
in a relationship, long distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Well, 'cause
He
we
would
knew-
write me letters and mail
Yeah.
them to me.
Aw.
He made a playlist. He sent me a USB drive with the little video that he made for me and had the little QR code at the end of it. We would FaceTime every day, talk every day. I came to visit him for a week, like in July during that summer.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I didn't come back until like August.
Wow. Do you have any like secrets for long distance relationships? Like, were you planning things to keep it going, keep it exciting?
I don't know. I think you just, if it means enough to you, you'll find ways to like make sure that the other person knows that you care. Like the letters and like stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
I
I think
think-
that was a nice thing.
I think knowing that there was an end date to it too,
For sure.
because it wasn't
Yeah,
permanent,
for sure.
Yeah.
which I think helped us.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing that there was like we were both gonna come back to school
Mhm.
and then it would be fine, kind of made it feel less like this is long distance and more like this is just a buffer period.
It was romantic.
You know?
Yeah.
If anything, I was gonna say, like, I kind of agree. Like, if anything, I almost wonder, thinking back on it, like, I wonder if that made like made the early part of our relationship a lot better, because I think we got really good at communicating early on, because like
we had to.
We just weren't together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that bodes well for the rest of our like relationship history, looking back on it now. And it worked out, clearly. So
Clearly. Dylan, are you listening to this? Oh, yeah. They make it sound so easy.
I just think we got.
he just says, "Oh yeah."
I think we got lucky though.
Well, yeah. I think we're very fortunate in that we found ourselves at a time in life where it made a lot of sense for us to be together.
Yeah.
And we were both emotionally ready for that. Because
at 20.
Well, not emotionally ready in the sense that we were like so mature to be able to like know how this works, but I think like you had just gotten out of a really bad relationship.
Yeah.
I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, and I think we were just like in this mindset of like, oh, like this person is clearly different.
Yeah.
And maybe we should explore this. And that turned into, oh, I really like this person. And then that turned into, oh, I love this person. And then that over time turned into,
you're getting married.
We're going to get married.
I'm kind of crying a little bit. Oh my God.
That's so cute. Do you want a tissue?
And now we have a condo
No.
in Van Nuys.
You have a dog together.
We have a dog
that's
together.
So cute.
We do. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like it's been nice to grow with you as well. You know what I
Yes.
mean? From like
I'm gonna cry.
from
Parker's crying. Look at him.
from
Well, that was, the reason why Parker's crying off camera over here is because a very formative time of our like relationship was spent at the college house that I lived in with my 3 best friends, and tons of memories, tons of time spent there, more than we could like ever recount in one podcast. Like,
Yeah.
it was insane. But like being surrounded by good people, this is the other thing too. I think being surrounded by good people who like lift up and put good energy into like what you're doing helps a lot. Like the fact that my friends turned into like my best friends, turned into Taylor's friends, turned into Taylor's also best friends. Like we're all just best friends. Like there is no like, oh, my guy friends, and then they're also friends with Taylor. It's like these guys have just as much of a relationship and their own feelings and stuff like that with Taylor
I can't look
as
at you,
I
Parker.
do. You know? And I feel similarly like with like her girlfriends. Like I have my own like relationships and like feelings and like friendship built with her friends just as much as obviously like, you know, they're her friends, but they're also my friends.
Yeah.
And these guys are my friends, but they're also her friends. And I think that's really, really a key element to like a successful relationship is like, do the people that you're surrounded by put good energy into what's going on, and do they also have their own relationship with your significant other outside of just the fact that they're dating you?
Yeah. That's so cute. I feel like I feel like this is all so obvious, but you had good relationships and people around you, and you kind of also both got to a place where you're ready for a relationship like that. Like it's really about the rest of your life, and then you meet that person, and that all of that turns it into the right time. Then you meet the right person, and it just works out. And now you're getting married.
Yep. And now we're getting married.
Oh, we're getting married. That's crazy.
We do a podcast at the wedding.
We bring a bed out.
At the beginning of the altar, just
Oh,
in the wedding dress.
Yeah, we just get on a bed. He's here to officiate.
Here.
My grandma's like, what is going on? Like, what is this? I don't think she would understand. It's all right.
I'll be there. It's okay. She doesn't have to. We get it.
We
It's
get
cool.
it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Okay, should we move on to red flag, green flag?
Red flag, green
Or
flag.
how well do you know each other? Let's do that one first.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay.
This is so
Let's
Give me
transition.
something easy.
Okay. I don't know. What were we just talking about? Like, sounds like you guys know each other pretty well.
You know, I would say
Sounds
that.
like you guys know
Yeah.
each other. It sounds like you guys know each other.
Let's see how much you know about each other.
You know, it's fine. Let's just start. I'll use that.
Yeah,
I'm going to
okay.
use that.
That's good.
I'm going to use that
yeah.
little bit right
That
there.
was good. That was beautiful. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Mitchell, what's Taylor's favorite book?
Okay.
Let's go.
Taylor's favorite book is possibly one of the books in the ACOTAR series. Or it is possibly... Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's a book you read like a year ago. I don't know. Is it one of the one? What would you say? Is it one of the ones in the ACOTAR series?
Yeah.
Is it the third one?
Yeah. A Court of Wings and Ruin.
Wait, he nailed that. That's your favorite book?
I was surprised I got the right book, but I
Yeah.
knew that
I love that series.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite out of all of the 5 books.
You rave about the third one. I do remember.
It's
The
so
first time you read
good.
the third one, you raved about it
Mhm.
more than you were already raving about the other ones.
Mhm. That's true.
But you're pissed about how the second half of the series goes.
Not necessarily. I think since I'm reading it for a second time now, I really enjoy the 4th book. It's a novella. It's maybe like 270 pages, so it's
Okay.
really short.
Yeah.
You hated it the first time you read it.
I know.
That's growth out of you.
Thank
and
you.
I see that.
Thanks, bro.
I see that. What's my favorite book?
I don't know. I don't know.
Of all time.
I have no idea. Because you just started getting back into reading.
Okay, I'll give you a hint.
It's not the Game of Thrones book.
There are 6 Percy Jackson and the Olympians books. Which
I
of the
love
6
that
is
series.
it?
I don't know because I've never read that series.
What?
I've read the first book, The Lightning Thief.
That's not even the same series. That's the first series.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about, the first series.
Oh,
Percy
okay.
Jackson
There
and
are
the Olympians
6?
is the first series. There's 6. No, sorry. That's
There are
incorrect.
5, yeah.
There's 5. There's 5.
Future Mitchell, cut
There's
that out.
5. No, don't cut it out because I'm owning up to my thing. There's 5.
Yeah.
There is 5. Which of the 5?
I have no clue. The second?
The 5th one, The Last
Oh,
Olympian, is
that's
one
a
of the
good
best.
one.
It's the best. One of the best pieces of literature I've ever read in my
When
entire
the fuck
life.
did you read that?
When I was like at the age where people read those books.
So you're 11 and you peaked reading wise?
I think it's one of the best written young adult novel series ever. And then he just kept Rick Riordan just kept ripping off bangers after that. Then he did the Egyptian Gods series.
Yeah.
The second book in
The
that,
Kane
Throne
Chronicles.
of Fire,
Yeah.
is a fucking certified banger. That
Banger.
book is so good.
Yes.
And then he did another Greek series with a whole different cast of characters. And the last book in that series,
That was the best
I
out
had,
of everything, I
it's
think. That was
I
so
had
good. What's that series called? Heroes of Olympus.
Heroes of Olympus.
Yeah. That's a banger.
With Jason and Leo. And then
Yeah.
there was
But Percy and Annabeth and Grover are all still in it.
They're all still in
They're
it.
still there. Yeah.
And the way they tie those characters back in
Yeah.
and the second and third
it's
books.
so good. Even the second book in that series is a banger.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just continued to
That might
rip
be my
off
favorite,
bangers. But I
yeah.
still think to this day, my most memorable reading experience to the point where I think I read the last chapter 4 times back to back because I just this is so good. When Percy and Annabeth are under the lake and they kiss for the first time for real.
Yeah.
So good. So good. To my Percy Jackson enjoyers out there, I was a little disappointed by the Disney Plus series too. Yeah. It was better than the Logan Lerman movies.
Way
for
better.
sure.
1,000 times better.
I think the Logan Lerman movies are terrible
Not good.
movie adaptations of a
they're
great book series.
I get why people like them if they haven't read the books, but if you have, it just sucks.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
The Disney Plus show was better.
I thought that was a banger.
But I think it went too far the other direction.
I think they could have done better for sure.
Somewhere in the middle where the slightly older versions of the characters
Mm-hmm.
that were in the Logan Lerman movies but would have kept the narrative pieces the same as the Disney Plus version did. The Disney Plus version felt just a touch too kid, and I think that they could have, obviously, I mean, it's Disney, so they have to do what they have to do. But I think there was one thing about the Logan Lerman ones that I kind of liked is like
They were older.
They were a little bit older.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a crazy tangent.
I just blacked out.
Yeah, sorry. I'm very
That's a good
passionate
one.
about that
I was
series of
actually
books.
thinking that we should start doing like a book club segment because of this. Like, this is good. I
Me
like this.
just going. Having nothing to add. Like, all right, girl, go off.
Anyways, good series of books.
Dude, Lightning
Yeah.
Thief. Shout out.
Last Olympians.
The Disney
Last
Plus
Olympians.
series was cute. Like, I love the characters. We're gonna get to watch them grow up. I really hope if they cancel it, that'll ruin everything. But I
I
liked
really
it.
hope.
Yeah.
I think it's got picked up for a second season at least, right?
Yeah.
They're filming right now. I follow the director.
Huge. Okay, cool.
It's going well.
Because I think if it follows the general trajectory of the book series, like Sea of Monsters is where like shit starts to like fucking get,
Oh, yeah.
like things
That
start,
gets wild.
not that the stakes aren't high in the first book. I mean the stakes are quite high. There's gonna be a war if the bolt doesn't get returned.
Yeah.
But Sea of Monsters is like where I think the emotional stakes
Yeah.
between the characters really ramps up.
I'm so
starts to
excited
ramp
for
up.
that.
So
Yeah.
anyway, sorry, that was like a whole.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna have to probably cut part of that down. It's fine. Logan Lerman is in one of my favorite like rom-com movies of all
What movie?
time. Stuck. Stuck in Love.
I haven't seen that.
No. Is it?
He's in it. He plays the boyfriend of
For some reason, I was
The
thinking
daughter.
Crazy in Love, but that's Beyonce.
There's also
That's Beyonce.
there's also the
Shout out to
1980s
Beyonce.
movie
Shout out Beyonce.
featuring
Beyonce.
Patrick
For
Dempsey.
real.
I wouldn't be here without you, Queen. Go on.
Same.
Without Beyonce?
Without Beyonce.
Uh,
We love Beyonce in this household.
I agree.
Love you. Please don't kill me. Go on.
No, I was just gonna also mention the 1980s
God
rom-com
damn it.
movie "Can't Buy Me Love"
Oh.
featuring
I haven't
seen
Patrick
any of
Dempsey,
these.
young Patrick
Can't buy
Dempsey.
me love. That's a good one.
That's a
When he's
good
on the mower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's poor. It's really a take on classism more than anything,
It is.
but in the terms of high school. Anyways, it's fine.
Taylor. What Hogwarts house would Mitchell be in? Have you seen?
Yeah. I
Do
did my
I know what
abracadabra
Hogwarts
earlier.
house I
okay,
would
okay, you
be?
did.
I think he would be in Gryffindor.
Okay, I like that.
I just
That's a good one.
recently showed him all of the movies.
Yeah, I had not.
Yeah.
In my 26
Yeah.
years of life, I had not once watched any of the Harry Potter movies until recently.
Have you watched them all now?
Yes, he
Yes.
has.
No,
Like,
we need to
the
watch
original
Deathly
6
Hallows
or-
Part 2.
No, we watched that.
I don't remember.
No,
What
it's-
happens?
Girl, I'm not telling you. You gotta watch it.
Voldemort. The boy
And
who lived, come to die. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's good.
Is that good?
no,
Okay.
it was good. It was good. It
Thank
was
you.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he would be in Gryffindor.
That's a good one. Yeah, let's put that.
Do you know all 4 houses?
You would be in Hufflepuff.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
he's got me there.
Hufflepuff, which is like the goofballs.
All right.
There's Gryffindor, which is like the cool kids.
Harry's in it.
Harry's in it. Hermione's in it. Like that's all the cool kids. Ron. Like that's the frat that everyone wants to get into.
Yeah.
And then there's Slytherin, who's like the
Bad boys.
evil bad boys, like the bad crew.
They're not.
And then there's like
bad.
some other like really irrelevant one.
What?
Oh, Raven something.
Ravenclaw?
Yeah, the most irrelevant.
No, they're smart.
Yeah, they're the smart
Smarties.
ones.
That's gotten them no screen time.
Luna
0.
Lovegood. Luna?
Luna.
You know Luna.
Who?
Luna
Luna
Lovegood.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Damn. Mitchell. Does Taylor want to be famous? And what for?
Oh, of course Taylor wants to be famous. Taylor wants to be famous for being like a worldwide actor phenomenon. Yeah. Taylor, of course, wants to be famous. Taylor's known she's wanted to be famous since she was little.
I've been really rethinking the whole famous thing because it's like mic drop. Mostly because Ow, that was on my foot. What the hell is wrong? Yeah, and it hurt Parker's ears.
Oh, poor Parker.
Because I don't ever want to be too famous so I can't go grocery shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Or like doing normal people shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you want like a $25 Erewhon smoothie? That's named after you?
I've never had an Erewhon smoothie.
No, that's named after you though.
Yeah, like named after you.
Maybe. It would be nice. I would be honored. I could put my hands in the cement on the Hollywood Boulevard. I'd put my butt, actually.
That'd be iconic.
I'd sit on it.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
Sit
good.
on it!
Sit on it!
Make her famous. She's the one. You know, they're like,
What's this?
I'll be very humble. I'll be
Internet,
very
you know
humble.
what to do.
chat, blow her up.
Chat, are we cooked?
Dude, yes. Yeah, acting would be cool.
Hell yeah.
Who apologizes first? She's thinking about it.
You're thinking about it? Me. It's me. What are you talking about?
It is you. It is him.
Damn.
It's him.
Okay.
Often I just get to a point where I'm like, I no longer want to have an argument about this. So I will apologize.
It's really silly things we get into arguments about, though.
Yeah.
What's the last thing
It's
you thought
usually
about?
his fault, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The last thing we got into an argument about was yesterday.
Oh, I forgot to take our dog out
Oh,
before I left for the climbing gym.
yeah.
Mhm. She didn't have an accident, but I was like, this is too many hours of her
It
not
was too
going to
many
the
hours
bathroom.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you should have taken her out. And I knew
Which
that
I-
he didn't because she didn't have her collar on. And
Mm-hmm.
he puts up her leash in the closet a different way than I put up her leash.
Oh, I see.
And so I knew.
In my
Detective.
defense, normally before I leave the house knowing that I'm going to be gone for a while and Taylor's not going to be home, I do take her out. But I think I was in a bit of a rush to get out the door.
That's
That's why I
pretty-
didn't.
He
Anyways.
did apologize. He said, I'm sorry.
Damn, you guys have
sorry.
like cute little couple arguments. Like my men kiss other women in front of me. We
Yeah,
fight about
that's
that.
crazy.
Like that was
That's
a crazy, one.
crazy.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
would
cut
never
that.
let him do that.
I would never
Well,
do that.
Yeah,
That's,
I would hope
yeah,
not.
That's the other thing. Yeah. That's right.
Come on.
Come on.
If any single men want to make me their wife, now would be the time. Please.
Guys, come on.
Anyway.
We have to find you a +1 for the wedding.
A +1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just going to bring Sydney. It's just going to be her and Sydney rolling out.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I got invited to an event coming up, and I would love to bring a date.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, thinking about it, if I don't invite Sydney, like, I can't do that to her, you know? Like, it's going to be Sydney.
It's going to
Sydney's
be
always-
Caitlin and Sydney rolling up to our wedding.
Even better.
Beautiful. It's okay. Maybe I'll have a...
They'll make a
Maybe
TikTok
by
about
then.
the whole thing.
Speaking of, can we showcase the shirt really quick?
Oh, the shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you'd never
Get
ask.
your moment, bro.
This is for our YouTube viewers. We have
Model.
he's modeling
If you
here.
are in need of a creative agency that makes cool things like podcasts and other creative material, look no further than Pixl Sauce.
Pixl sauce.
Pixl Sauce. But no, this is my company's branded shirt.
I
Do
want
you
one.
need commercial? Do you need commercials for tires? They've got them.
Do
you
you need
need-
3D
I was just about to say that.
things?
They got
We
them.
do 3D, we do social,
Great.
we do regular productions as well. We also make cool shirts.
Can I have a shirt?
Yes.
Yes. What's her biggest pet peeve?
Taylor's biggest pet peeve?
What the
Fine.
fuck? No human noises,
You know what?
bro.
Fuck you. What is Taylor's biggest pet peeve? I don't know. I feel like it could be a few things. I feel like it could either be like bad drivers could be one. Like she just like hates bad drivers in general, and you know, there's a little road rage going on there.
I've been better.
You have been. It could also be like people that are like, I don't know if the right word, but like people that piss you off via internet or like social media or like responding to you. Like people who don't text you back.
No, neither one of those are my pet peeves.
What's your pet peeve? Your
Dude,
biggest one?
My biggest pet peeve is when I can hear a bitch talking through the walls.
Oh, misophonia. Yeah. Yeah. True.
I hate the sound of like muffled
What just
noise.
came out of your?
Misophonia. It's a thing that Taylor has where she gets physically like disturbed when she can hear things happening through walls.
Yeah.
Or like when things are muffled.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you make me sad.
no, listen, there's gonna be a bunch of comments that are gonna be like, yo, misophonia, I have that shit too.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. But yeah, she just like when like music through walls, people's conversations through walls.
You know the Peanuts, like when the adults talk and they
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
I fucking hate that sound.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy. What's Mitchell's biggest pet peeve?
Oh, when technology doesn't work like it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
He gets so angry when like there was a big Verizon like shutout on phones a few like months ago, and his phone was affected by it, so he couldn't make any calls or do anything, and he was so fucking
That was the day.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember
when
that. Yeah, we were filming a podcast
We
that
were
day.
filming
yeah.
Or no, we were filming the intro that day
Right.
for the podcast at your apartment.
I kept
and
texting him. I
could
was like,
not
"Are
get a hold of
you coming?" And I kept going
I was
angry.
like,
I'm like, "Did he block me?"
trying to do
Like,
the satellite
yeah.
thing, like fucking trying to just text Caitlin to be like, I'm outside, come get me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I
We
went out
figured
to
it
get
out.
the photographer, and you were just there. It was
Yeah.
great. Great timing.
Yeah.
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 It was good. Huge red flag on Verizon's part. Speaking of, shall we get into red flag, green flag?
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome back to red flag, green flag. I'll be listing some flags, and Mitchell and Taylor are going to tell us if it's a red flag, if it's a green flag. They are experts, after all. So let's start. Let's get to it.
All right, let's do it.
Beautiful. What if he's a boxer?
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah.
really
Red flag.
good.
Red flag?
girl, Tommy did my girl Molly May so bad.
That
No
is
boxers.
facts. Yeah, that is facts.
Shout out Love Island.
Shout out.
I think in general, I would agree. And the reason why I would say red flag is because boxers are obviously their whole job and sport is centered around creating a lot of pomp and show around their boxing events, right? And so they become very theatrical. It's like the traveling circus, you know what I mean? Like a boxing event is more about the show of everything than just the boxing. And sometimes I think that anyone who like is really good at that, maybe they don't make the best partner.
But yes, I agree. But are they just doing boxing for funsies and for fitness? Green flag.
True. Green flag. That's actually
Okay.
an impeccable point because I think if you're just boxing, like taking boxing classes for fitness, it's great fitness.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're doing, green flag.
I was
But if
gonna
you're
ask
a
about that.
professional boxer who fights prize fights and like that's how you make your money and you're red flag.
But if we're going with that logic, wouldn't actors also be red flags?
No, because an actor isn't reliant on whether or not the movie is good to make their money because they're getting paid either way.
Okay, that's true. That's great. Might as well say.
And also there's a lot more like, I don't know, I think it's the difference of like something that's creative and that is very like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. But no, I disagree with that, actors. I'm cutting this out, so it doesn't matter what I say.
Exactly.
This is all getting cut.
This whole thing. Okay. You walk into their house, no bed frame, just like a little mattress on the floor situation. What do we think about that? Because I have some thoughts.
Are they getting a bed frame soon?
No.
Wait, let's say it on
If
three.
you-
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Red flag. If you would have
That was
asked
so
me,
cute.
if you would have asked me in college, I would have maybe not said red flag because I maybe
Did he have
was
a mattress on the floor when you
participatory
met him?
individual.
Yes.
Um,
Well, Not when we first started dating,
Okay.
but then after he moved into a different house he was living in, it was on the floor.
Okay.
But it's young boy shit.
Yeah. I feel like
Not
there is like an
grown man
age.
shit.
Like you hit a certain age and then you need a bed frame.
I will say, like,
Yeah.
since that was very much a college thing,
Yeah.
I think especially since we, like, Taylor and I moved in together, my sense of, like, home has elevated significantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
We
Like,
have a bed frame.
We have a really nice
We
bed
do.
frame, and, like, our living room looks really nice couch, like, some decor on the walls, which is mostly just her being like, hey, can I get this thing for the house? And I say yes.
That's great.
You know, I have very little input, honestly, when it comes to. The only thing I was being a stickler about was the lighting. I really wanted to have nice lighting.
Yes.
And it worked out because now we have good lighting. We have a good nice lighting aesthetic in our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Color changing bulbs. I can control them on my phone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else now, whatever she's like, I think we should get some this for the apartment. I'm like, cool. I have no preference.
Cute.
My house is your house.
Being in a relationship sounds great.
It's nice.
I am single, by the way. If any eligible men are still watching. Anyway, you have each other's locations. Red flag, green flag. Just started dating. Maybe you've been together a long time. Maybe
I mean,
someone asked for it.
I feel like this is
I
kind of a
think-
hard one for us because
Oh.
I think we'll both say green flag.
Yeah,
But that's
say
because
green
we
flag.
both have each other's
Yeah.
locations.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It's a matter of safety.
Yeah. No,
In
I
my
agree.
opinion.
Also, I lose my phone all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I need everyone to have it. So whoever I'm with can help me find my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's also like Parker said this the other day too, but it's like sometimes if I need to like call someone
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, I look and see if they're home, and if they're home, I'll call them. But if it looks like they're out somewhere, maybe
Or
I'll
at
just
work.
or at work, maybe I'll just shoot them a text. You know, it can be practical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can't become toxic though, right? Like there's a caveat there. Like if someone has your location, they're like, you step out to get a sandwich, and they're like, who are you at the sandwich shop with? Then that that's
Okay,
a
that's
little,
fair. That's a good take.
That's
I like
a little
that take.
toxic.
Mm-hmm.
They play Clash of Clans.
Huge, massive. Cannot emphasize this more. Green fucking flag. That's a green flag because if you are playing Clash of Clans in 2024, you are committed to that shit to a level that I have so much respect for. Like Clash of Clans, what? That shit came out in like 2011.
My first boyfriend was from Clash of Clans.
What do you mean?
Sorry, what?
I joined a clan. I was 11. He was 14. He lived in Nebraska.
Hey.
We dated for 4 days until he dumped me
Nice.
for someone else in the clan.
Did you ever know?
No
did you
clue.
ever knew what he looked like?
Nope.
Oh.
We were just in the clan together. And he started dating another girl in the clan because she was older than me. But it's okay. He wasn't the one.
He wasn't the one.
He wasn't
I do
the
wonder
one.
who he was. Yeah. Anyway, I am Town Hall level 11. In case anyone.
What's your go-to attack during
Well, right
war?
now I have like I throw down the Archer Queen and like the Barbarian King, and I put some healers on there, and then I get the potion that makes you jump over walls.
Yes.
Throw a couple of those down, let my
Yes.
giants in to get the defenses, and then I kind of clean up with archers, like put the archers around
Like
as the
you have like
defenses
10
are
to
being
15
taken
archers
out.
that you kind of just like. pop
I mean, I
around the
have like
outside.
80, and
Oh yeah, because you're Town Hall 11, so your troop camps are fucking.
yeah, they're
huge.
huge. I have a great time. But it's not been working for me lately. I think I have to get into the dragon game.
Dude, I remember when I did play Clash of Clans, my favorite go-to strategy was like dragons and rage spells,
Yeah, I
and
have to do
just
that.
like try to speed run their shit. That started to not work eventually too, but
I'm getting to the point where I have to figure out what electro dragons are and defend against those because they just take out my whole base. It's too consolidated. Dylan is at a town hall. You can say it.
Oh, Town Hall 12.
let's go.
Town Hall 12.
Let's go.
Okay. I want to talk about this one. Is it a red flag or a green flag if they have a hall pass list?
I'm biased because Harry Styles is my hall pass.
Yeah,
But
but I
is
think
it just the
word
one?
list there is key.
List
I
is like
think-
5 people. Like
I
you
think
have
to have a
a
hall
list of
pass
5.
is like, oh, okay, that's sure, fine, whatever.
A little ha ha hee hee.
Like a ha ha
Yeah.
hee hee moment.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, do you have a hall pass? And then the guy's immediately like, yeah, I would fuck this person, this person, this person, this. Like if they start rattling off names, like that's a
It's a red flag.
they
That's
have put some
crazy.
thought
Okay.
into that shit, which
I
is
agree.
not probably a good thing.
I agree. That's a good one to clip. I like that. We
Yeah.
should clip that.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Clip that one, Mitchell. Shout out Mitchell. Okay. Girl best friend. Red flag, green flag. What if they're just friends and like having a girl best friend kind of opens him up to the female experience? He's a little more empathetic.
Like? Is she a pick me girl or is she like a cool girl? Because if she's a pick me girl, the girl best friend thing is a red flag. But
Yeah.
if she's like a chill, like is very like adaptable in very situations, can hang out with the girls, can hang out with the guys, is a friend of this guy from childhood, but they have their own life and their own things going on, then I think it's fine. But
Yeah.
if it's like the like pick me, like, oh my gosh, Brad's top, that's a huge red flag. The
Like
biggest
Brad's
red flag.
mom would love you.
Yeah.
That's a red
Oh my
flag.
god. Oh my god, Brad's sister, she's so funny.
Brad, like 3 years ago, he was helping me. No.
Oh my
you
god,
know
he had
the story,
he
Brad.
had this
Yeah,
horrible haircut. Like it was just he looked like a dork. Like honestly, like
that would be bad.
that girl as a girl best friend, bad. Stay
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Parker, I feel like, what's up? I feel like I'm your girl best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so emotional. It's
Aww.
just as much about Taylor to me as it is Mitchell.
And that's like on some that's not on him just saying that. That's on some like genuine, like they have their own relationship and experience.
Yeah.
That's completely separate from like Parker and I's relationship and experience. And we also have shared experience, and none of it's an issue because we're all friends and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's a great take on the girl best friend. That's a good one. That's another clip. I like that.
Clip it.
You're so clippable.
Clippable.
You're clippable. You're just cute.
Thanks.
Sorry. They're whispering. What's happening?
You want what you have.
That's what just happened there. Okay. All right. What if you're dating someone and their family doesn't like you? Did you just laugh?
No, I call.
I'm sorry.
I feel like if my family doesn't like somebody that I'm dating, I would say definitely red flag.
I think probably I would agree. I think it probably though maybe partially depends on your own relationship with your family.
Yeah.
If you're like very close with your family and your family's opinion means a lot to you, then for sure like red flag. But if you're like don't have that good of a relationship with your family, then there's often situations where it's like two people are together and they're very happy together and the family's like trying to fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a little more situational. But in general, if you're somebody who has like a good relationship with your family, they love you, you love them, it's definitely a red flag. If your family doesn't like that person that you're dating.
Okay. Is it a red flag or a green flag? If you ask who's your favorite actor and they go, Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street.
In that movie specifically?
That movie specifically.
Green
They
flag.
specify.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Because she's hot as fuck in the movie.
Damn. I was going to go hard red flag. Don't think so as well.
Depends. I mean, yeah. Like if it's like the classic like finance bro, like, oh dude.
I feel like that's always what it
That
is.
film's crazy, bro. Have you seen Margot Robbie? That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Don't ever date that guy.
Yeah.
That guy fucking sucks.
That guy has a long hall pass list.
Huge,
Definitely.
massive. That guy's always walking around with AirPods in. Bro, take them out. You're at a restaurant. What are you doing? You're ordering a coffee. It's so insensitive. Pet peeve, actually, circling back. When people like,
That's
a good
like
one.
always have one AirPod in.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're trying to like have a conversation with them. Brother, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Take the shit.
What are you doing, guys?
What are you
Stop
doing?
that.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah, no. If that's their favorite movie, probably red flag.
Red flag. Even
Yeah.
favorite movie in general. Wolf of Wall Street, red flag.
Yeah, I mean it's a good film.
Mhm.
It's a really good movie.
It's good, but I feel like if it's your favorite,
But if it's your
Yeah.
it's a
favorite,
red flag.
why is it your favorite?
Why is it your
Come on.
favorite?
We know why you like it.
Yeah.
If that makes it your favorite too, that's tough.
It's chalked.
It's chalked. Chad, are we cooked?
Okay. Favorite actor? He says Danny DeVito. Red flag, green flag.
Dude, green
Green
flag.
flag.
Danny DeVito is very funny.
Mhm.
Agreed. Cut it there. Is it a red flag or a green flag if he goes to the gym and takes his shirt off, shirtless at the gym?
The regular gym?
Regular gym.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Put your
Unless
nipples away, bro.
unless the
I'm not trying to
individual
see
It's not
that.
free the nipple.
unless the individual is like specifically prepping for a bodybuilding competition
Mm-hmm.
and part of their gym routine is like seeing their pump afterwards and practicing their posing, then it's fine. That's a
Yeah, but
green
you don't
flag.
see that shit at Planet Fitness.
No, if you're I mean, yeah, Planet Fit. Like if you're like at Young LA and doing that, I think it's fine. But if you're
Yeah.
at Planet Fitness,
Grow up. Put your shirt
or just
on.
go in the locker room,
Yeah.
like why you gotta be out?
Yeah.
You know, just they have locker rooms. Like go in the locker room.
I just feel like you're getting your sweat all over everything, you know? Like just keep it contained, perhaps.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah, I don't
probably
like
the
that.
ones that don't even wipe off the machines after they're done.
Yeah, sometimes I can't locate the wipes. They just like hide them away from you, and I don't know where they are, so I can't. But that's usually
There's
in the
like
treadmill
stations
section.
what do you mean you can't find the wipes?
I don't know. I went to LA Fitness the other day, and there were just no wipes around me, and I went, I don't want to do this, but I
Dude,
kind of have to do
that's
this.
because the workers didn't restock them.
Yeah,
That's not on you, bro.
thank you.
hmm
That means a lot to me.
I got you.
I got a judgmental look for that one, but I couldn't find them. I could not find them. Anyway, there's a really cool podcast that I've been listening to a lot that I have no affiliation with. It's called Heartbreak Hotel. Is it a red flag or a green flag if people watch that podcast?
I think it's a green flag.
I think it's like probably the biggest green flag
Right?
If
Like
you
they're
watch
getting
Heartbreak
great
Hotel,
advice. Yeah.
with Caitlin Erin O'Neill.
Mhm.
She's hilarious.
She's
Yeah.
so cool.
I mean, she's so funny
Yeah.
and cool and relatable.
Mhm.
Great advice.
Great advice.
Great guests.
Great guests.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
guests.
I will say that.
questions.
Really good questions.
That's amazing.
Really fantastic production team.
I
Like,
know.
just
And they
overall,
eat.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very comfortable setup.
Mm-hmm. It looks so cozy in there. I just want to be a part of it so badly.
cozy.
Yeah.
Same.
It's a great time.
So cozy.
Huge green flag.
Yeah, I love listening to at Heartbreak Hotel on Instagram
And TikTok.
and TikTok.
And anywhere you can get your podcasts.
Anywhere you get your podcasts.
Anywhere.
And by anywhere, I mean Apple Podcasts and Spotify because I haven't put it anywhere else yet. Anyway.
But if you're listening, okay, hold on. Red flag, green flag. You listen to your podcasts anywhere else besides those two platforms. Red flag. I'm sorry.
Red flag.
I'm
where
sorry.
else do
That's-
people watch podcasts?
Nowhere. Literally, like I hear that all the time. They're like, wherever you get your podcast. I'm like, where are other people getting
Well,
their podcasts?
I know like
that's not
Amazon has
Spotify?
podcasts.
Boo.
Yeah.
Who is using Amazon podcast? If
Yeah.
you're using Amazon podcasts, I'm sorry. That's a red flag. I'm sorry. That's like having your text messages be green.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know,
That's a fair one.
Like that's like that's what that means. That's the equivalent.
Yeah,
He's
Part-
so opinionated today.
It's fine. I don't know.
that's good.
I might get flamed in the comments for that one. There might be some Amazon podcast enthusiasts in the comments.
Well,
All of her listeners are on Amazon
No,
podcasts.
they're not. because
Well,
I know
the
for a fact
podcast
that
is
she
on
only
Amazon
posts- Yeah, she
Podcasts,
doesn't
yeah.
post on Amazon podcast.
yeah. We'll
okay.
get there one day. Anyway, great thing that you guys won't be on Amazon podcasts. Thank you so much for
Huge.
coming on this podcast.
This podcast.
Great podcast.
Great
W.
podcast. Thank you for having us.
I have a secret handshake. That's
we
No, we actually do have a secret handshake.
Do you want to see
That
it?
Yeah, I do wanna
that
see
was-
it.
Yeah.
it's film an outro.
Oh fuck! I fucked it up. I got nervous. Okay. I can't do it with my ring. It was hard. Okay.
That's our secret handshake.
That was so good.
So embarrassing. Yeah, that's our.
And with that,
That's our handshake.
And with that, thank you guys so much for coming in front of the cameras this time. It's so good to have Mitchell on the podcast. Now you guys will know who's talking in the background, making the jokes back there. It's Mitchell.
it's me.
It's Mitchell. Now you know
It's
him.
Mitchell.
Now
Watch
you
it on
know.
YouTube. See Mitchell. See his face. This is Mitchell.
This is me.
Woo!
Hey.
Thanks for coming on, Mitchell. Thanks for coming on, Taylor.
Thanks.
Do you guys have any? Where can people find you? Like, what do you want to plug?
You can follow me on Instagram at Taylor Winks. I just posted our engagement photos.
True.
They're doing really good.
They are doing really good.
They're so cute.
You can follow me on TikTok at Pale Seduction.
That's a great user.
Thank you. That was my Instagram for a really long time.
Dylan's trying.
Pretty good. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll link those in the bio on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. So wherever you're listening, you can see that. Mitchell, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mitchell Kennard Francis. You can also find me on Instagram at MKF Climbs if you're a climbing enthusiast and you like climbing content. That's what gets posted on there. And then if you are in need of any production services or anything of the sort, you can find my company Pixl Sauce. It's just at pixl.sauce, but Pixl, no E, just PIXL.sauce. And that's where we have some stuff on our Instagram and our website, pixelsauce.com.
Woo.
We got the sauce.
We got the sauce.
We have a sauce.
So-
Awesome sauce. If you like the way this was produced, they're incredible to work with. They're always in the description of our videos, so you can find them there.
Huge.
Huge. Thanks again.
Chat, we're so back.
We're so
so
back.
We're so back.